what's going on? This is my second rant, and it's probably going to be part two. I'm going to do one on Enix and another one on actual Squaresoft, and how joining those two was a mistake. And I'm going to throw in the Eidos every now and then, because Eidos has joined Square Enix too. Eidos was bought out a while ago, actually, by Square Enix. Enix. Let's start with Enix. I mean, not a whole lot of people really reference Enix in the PlayStation era. And I don't know why. They put out such games as Star Ocean 2, Valkyrie Profile, that was them. That's about it, really. I mean, those were pretty big games. And Dragon Warrior. I mean, they started the whole Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest games in the 80s and 90s, and still today with Square Enix. I mean, Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest 8, and on are all done by Square Enix. But seriously, have you ever played Illusions of Gaia before? I mean, you probably own the game. I'm just saying that because you have such a massive collection of games. It's for the SNES. It's a really good game. That's Enix. There's a lot to like in that game. It's a puzzle. It's like a Legend of Zelda game. It kind of reminds me of Legend of Zelda with RPG. It's like Link to the Past or Legend of Zelda 2, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, they kind of went down the shitter when they joined with Square Enix. When they joined with Square, it became Square Enix. Besides, like Dragon Quest 8 and Star Ocean 3, To the End of Time, which is my favorite Star Ocean in the franchise. Love that game. That game is awesome. But you really don't hear about Enix that often. I mean, they put out nothing for Enix. It's like they just got stamped out of existence. They're putting Dragon Quest games out on the DS, and you know, it's I don't know. I mean, Dragon Quest games are fun. They're really good. It's just, what happened though? I mean, the old Dragon Quest games were fun. They were good. Dragon Quest 8 was good. I mean, that came out a while ago though, you think about it. Dragon Quest 8's been around for like 6-7 years now. Dragon Quest 9 I haven't played. But I've wanted to, just to see if it's any good. Well, from what I hear, you really like Dragon Quest 9. So I'm going to try it out. But, I don't know. Enix was just one of those franchises that kind of was big in Japan and not really that big in America. I mean, Dragon Warrior is still the top selling RPG ever in Japan. Ever. People say Final Fantasy is. No, it's Dragon Quest. The Dragon Quest franchise is the top selling RPG franchise in all of Japan. You know, I think that, I don't know, I think Enix should have stayed their own company. I don't think they should have fucked with Squaresoft. I think they should have just let their own company be their own company. Maybe do partnerships with Squaresoft. Maybe it was in their right interest to do it, but I don't know. Then you have people that are pissed off, and the entire company, the entire crew that made Final Fantasy X and 7, well, a majority of the people who made Final Fantasy 7 fucking hit the road and go to Mistwalker. And you really don't hear about them anymore either. I mean, Lost Odyssey was a fucking awesome game. I keep hearing about Lost Odyssey 2, but fuck. When is that game gonna come out? When? Bullshit. Anyways, dude, Enix is, I think that was their biggest fall. I mean, as soon as I first saw that Final Fantasy X case, the greatest hit case, at the Walmart or wherever I was, I forgot where it was, that said Square Enix on it. At first it's like, what's Square Enix? And then I later realized it's like, oh yeah, that's that company. I was in high school at the time. 14, 15 years old, I think. And it just pissed me off. Because my beloved franchise, my beloved company, Squaresoft, went down the shitter. And I knew it from that point. X2, a lot of people give that game grief. I liked it. call me what you will, an otaku, a nerd, whatever, but Final Fantasy X2 was fun. It was retarded, but I think that was the point. I seriously think that was the point of X2, was retarded. And that was the first real game that Square Enix worked on, as both companies worked on is Square Enix. And in my opinion, that was the best Square Enix game to come out of the Final Fantasy franchise. I said it. And that's sad. You can't produce games better than X2. You need to fucking reevaluate yourself and look in the mirror and say, what the fuck is going on? Why are we making such shitty games? I did not like 12 at all. I mean, I thought it was, in my opinion, I thought it was a stab in the back to the fans of the franchise that have been in with the franchise forever. The turn-based system, I mean, I could not get in. I couldn't play more than 20 minutes of that game before I had to shut it off. Anyways, that's where I'll start with Squaresoft. That's part 1. I'll check you later on part 2, man.